Alright, video 2 is on Daybreak. I don't remember this map. In fact, I think it might be a daytime version of that other map, actually. Which name eludes me right now. It's that one with the rain. Is it called Downpour? It might be.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it's literally a daytime version of the map with the greenhouses. Yeah. This is Downpour, I think. I didn't know they had this. They have a few maps like this, though. They have a few maps where they've just changed the time of day. And they still got that Winter Crash map that I absolutely just don't like. I don't know why it's even there. It makes no sense thematically. All through the year to have a winter version of Crash, sure. But it has all the Christmassy stuff and music in the background. It's kind of jarring. For the other 11 months of the year, it's quite jarring. Ow.
Our UAV is online.
You know, I think with this, apart from the splitting of the matchmaking, this wouldn't be a heavily edited video, so I wouldn't have to even put this in a videoing software to do it. So that's why I'm kind of doing this as well in 1440p, because this is an opportunity to do it.
Our UAV is online.
But at the time I bought this, like I said, this monitor, I needed 2 HDMI ports to put the Xbox in. Now, in hindsight, that probably doesn't matter, but in all honesty, I can still play like 2 or 4. I can still look at 4K on time-based TV. I don't really know if it's that much of a jump. But then I've got so used to 1440p that it's probably not going to look much of a jump to me. A lot of people do say that 2K is really the sweet spot if you can't do 4K for whatever reason. 2K is more than decent enough. Ah. And to be fair... Oh, shit. Oh, God. To be fair...
Our UAV is online.
4K kind of footage, I don't think is even like a norm yet. I think it's only select people can do for various reasons. And I don't think you can even do it on streaming yet. I think for streaming is like, it's only coming into some form of thing now. Because if you remember, there was an announcement by Twitch, I think it was last year, that they're going to be using some systems to implement 4 and 8K streaming. Not that it matters to me, because I've not streamed in a couple of years now. I don't know, I don't think streaming is for me. I definitely prefer the video format. I could do a lot more with it.
Our UAV is online.
In terms of like editing stuff. And I think what most of these, like particularly Twitch has, the kind of, I would say, how can I put this? The stuff that gets a lot of attention isn't really gaming centric anymore. And that's kind of an off-put for me, if that makes sense. Each to their own on how you do it. That's people's choice. But for me, it's not something I want to like watch and you know all that kind of stuff. And it's just it seems that Twitch TV in particular, maybe kicked to some degree. It's just less about games now. If you're a gamer on a streaming site, particularly Twitch these days, with everything that is on there now, you're going nowhere. And I just sit there and think, I don't think it's worth it. You know, and I'm not saying like, you know, I want to be like an overnight sensation, because I've been, I say content curating, I guess that's still the word, even though it's not a job. You know, I've been kind of doing videos for like so long now. And my growth is already exponentially small. Does that make sense? Like over the last, I would say, 12 years. I think it was 12 years. I think I started in 2012 putting videos up. I think. My growth is already exponentially small. And with streaming the way it is and what is popular on there now, it just doesn't seem even worth it. I wasn't looking to grow anyway, but it's just even more like a reason just to not even like bother trying at this point. I mean, maybe that's because, you know, most of the friends I used to stream with haven't streamed in a while either, so maybe that's it. But ever since I moved, I just haven't found the encouragement to stream for whatever reason.
Our UAV is online.
I find the video format easier, I guess. It's kind of hard to put into words. But definitely what is popular on these streaming sites, and the fact that it isn't really gaming anymore, it's just like, it's not worth even trying at this point, you know what I mean? Like I said, my growth is exponentially small anyway, and it just is now down to fucking 0 if I was to stream on Twitch with and even Kick with all the other kind of stuff that goes on there now. It seems less about games and more about other things. And I think that's probably been coming for some time, but not the way I thought it would, if that makes sense. I think we've got a couple of like clan members on my team. By the look at their names. Beach bog. See, this is another one. It's like basically a previous map with an aesthetic change. But yeah, I think there's at least 4 maps that have this aesthetic change for some reason. I'm gonna try sniping, even though my sniping is terrible in Call of Duty games. And this is another one of Bog's another one of those maps that where you can get spawn trapped by people just sitting at the other end of the map and sniping. So if you're in that spawn trap, good luck. Why is this in a Call of Duty game? It doesn't fit. But then Call of Duty, has it ever really made sense in the last 5 or 10 years, or 5 or 6 games? No, not really. This is a series that degraded into the world of wild obscurity. And what I mean is they have like skins for like Cody Rhodes and Nicki Minaj and things like that, and it just like this has nothing to do with Call of Duty. And you know, Gears of War is just as guilty. In Gears of War 4 they had fucking, was it Gears 5? Gears of War 5 I think in particular has fucking I mean the Halo Reach characters are cool, but then they go to have fucking Big E and Xavier Woods and fucking Kofi Kingston and fucking Batista as a voiceover for a replacement for Marcus Phoenix. And it's the most obscure stuff, is what I mean. It's borderline absurdity. The kind of stuff these games will put in their games these days.
Friendly chopper on the way.
And it's just stuff I'm just not interested in. You know, even to a degree in WWE, it's not really a huge interest. I mean, for so long, it wasn't an interest at all. Like, I've sort of come back and been a bit more invested now, and I think a lot of that has to do with it being on Netflix, so I can actually watch it, which is a genius move, but I don't understand why they weren't doing that sooner. And it's got to the point where even Time Lady's sort of interested in the PLEs at least, which I never expected. That was not on my bingo card for the year. But I said to her, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because the PLEs is basically just all matches and all action. The Monday Night Raws and the Friday Night SmackDowns, they can be good, but they can be more promo-centric because they need to obviously, you know, book the feuds and all that kind of rivalries and stuff. So in that regard, they do serve their purpose, but the PLEs are just a lot more interesting on a casual level, if you know what I mean. And like I said, I kind of stopped around 2012, 2013, because I literally called the entire story more or less after Rock and Cena Part 1. And Rock came out, I think it was the Monday night after, and said, oh, I'm going to become I want to be WWE champion again one day. And I was thinking to myself, right, so I can probably tell you exactly what's going to happen now. Rock's going to be away for a bit. Cena, after losing to The Rock, is probably going to, like, try and have a story where he'll find himself again, to a degree. Punk will be champion for about a year. Rock will come back around Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber time, win one of those matches. Cena will win the whatever Rock wins, Cena will win the other one. So, if, for example, if Rock won Rumble, which I don't think he did, I think Cena did. But then Rock won the title with Elimination Chamber. We had Cena Rock Part 2, Cena won. And I was like, I called the entire fucking year. I could have wrote that stuff. But after that, I was off for so long until recently. And like I said, it has a lot to do with it being on Netflix and being on demand whenever we can actually watch it, so we don't have to be up till like 3 in the morning to have the parts we want. The only things we're seeing in Raw and SmackDown, we're just watching the promos at the moment between Cena and Cody Rhodes. That's all we're really watching. And Cena being heel is freaking wild, dude. I did not see that coming. Simply because I think if they were going to do it, they would have done it a long time ago. You know, they're doing it right at the end of his career, more or less. I think it's gonna be wild, but I think it would have been a lot more wild back in 2012, because apparently that was the original plan. Cena had like an interview at one point that said, I was ready to go heel after Rock and my match with The Rock Part 1. Apparently that was all ready to go. He had like an outfit and a new song and all that kind of stuff and was ready to go, and then they backed out pretty much last minute, and he'd been the same for a decade, and I thought they're probably never going to do it, but they know what they're doing. Cena and WWE, they know what they're doing. This is Cena's last year. People have wanted Cena to be a heel for a decade, and now it's finally happening. I think a majority of people aren't going to care as long as it's finally happened, at least for a while. But of course, if he's only got about 9-10 months left in WWE, he's not going to be a heel for long. I would say his heel period will come to an end around Survivor Series time at the absolute latest, and he'll retire as a face again. That's what my friend reckons. I think that's probably the most logical thing that will happen. Oh, please pick one. Where? But yeah, I was shocked about the heel turn, but I see why it's happening. Cena's got nothing really else to prove. People have wanted him to be a heel for over a decade. They're having fun with it. And they probably wouldn't have turned Cody heel at this point. He's reached the level Cena was at, especially through 2010 to at least 2015. In terms of everyone is singing his... I mean, Cena was always quite polarizing, so for Cody it's different. Because everyone is singing his song and, you know, he's in Cena's position as far as being a babyface is concerned, you know? That's the term, you know. So he's kind of reached that level, so... Obviously, everyone was speculating. Because Cena being heel was on no one's bingo card, everyone reckoned, oh, so it's going to be Cody then. And then they pull a swerve. They knew exactly what they were doing. And why they're doing it. And I'll tell you something, the Raw was quite interesting to me. Cena's promo. I know this is really unrelated, but I might as well talk about something whilst I'm playing the game. But... it was quite surprising to me. I didn't expect him to come out with pretty much all the same stuff, like the same theme and the same shirt kind of theme that he's doing. But then he said, oh, you get nothing. And I was like, and he was like, what do we get? And I was like, that's exactly what was going on. He called it like 100%. Because that was the big thing. Oh, what are we going to get now? Are we going to get like a new outfit and shit? And Cena literally had come out and said, you're getting fuck all. Man, I loved it. The vibe was eerie. It gave me an eerie feeling, but at the same time, I loved it. I'm not one of those people. I wouldn't have minded if Cena was face or heel, to be honest. I wasn't one of those that was absolutely chomping at the bit for it. You know what I mean? To best put it. I wasn't really one of those people. I think I've become so accustomed to Cena being a face that I didn't really even think about it anymore, you know, to be honest. But like I said, I don't think it's going to last that long. I think the outfit was quite telling for that as well, like the theme and outfit. If it's barely changed, then he's not going to be for that long. And I think what it seems that Cena is going to be playing is a guy with a chip on his shoulder. And has grown really fed up of some things. And yeah. I think Cena is definitely going to be more of an anti-hero heel rather than a full-on bad guy. To be honest. Because like I said, they're not going to have him like this for very long. I would call SummerSlam at the earliest, and by the latest, it'll be Survivor Series that they'll start to do the redemption arc, I guess. Because my friend's right, they won't have him retire as a heel. They won't do that if he's retiring. And there's speculation that maybe he's not going to retire now. But I think the fact that he came out in the farewell tour year, even as a heel, actually does say to me that maybe this retirement is real. So it's pretty good that they're on Netflix whenever we can watch it, because I think there would have been a lot of times I would have wanted to kind of take it in before Cena's done, because I'd always been a big fan of him. So it was, his rap gimmick made it quite easy at the time, I guess. But yeah, I never really knew, I never really guessed he would go back to that, because it would have been very, very late in the day to do that. I think many people have speculated that The Rock has a third person in this lineup, and he's going to reveal that, turn on Cena, and that's when the John Cena redemption arc will start, and he'll be a face before he retires. That pretty much seems the most logical thing for me.
We're about to win this one. Keep up the fight.
I don't honestly know if I want him to be a 17-time champion in his final year. I mean, to be fair, what he's given the company, he's earned that right, but I don't know. He only gets 17 because it's his final year. It doesn't seem like... I don't know. It's not that it's not right, you know, and I think it would make sense, like, logistically, but I don't know if I'd want to... It'll feel really just handed to, wouldn't it? Is that right? If that was me, I don't think I'd want it handed to me just because it was my last year. I don't know. It's just something I don't really feel with that for some reason. Oh, more Hail Mary grenades. Listen to me, I'm turning this into a whole wrestling commentary. I'm not even like big on it, you know. I'm certainly still the casual, but trying to go back to the games, you know. So with that, I didn't really care for the Batista outfit in Gears or the Cody skin in Modern Warfare. It's like, it's just stuff I don't care about. See, at least with the Cena skin in Fortnite, that is something I could care about somewhat. And I think it's rather funny how you could do the "you can't see me" on a Cena Fortnite skin character. I find that hilarious.
Mission accomplished.
Mac 10, that's from another game, so they actually have got some weapons from other games. And I'm sure you only earned those in the fucking depot as well, which is some bullshit, but I don't think they're really overpowered. But like I said, the depot's there, and the only thing that really annoys me is the loot box system. But it's at least on that degree, it's not like the realms of obscurity. This series turned into having Nicki Minaj as a fucking operator. And it's like, that's... My phone went off. Sorry about that. My phone thing went off and it threw me off there for a second. I was like, really? Anyway, we'll probably make this the last match. I'm sorry this turned into a bit more of a discussion, but yeah.
Team deathmatch.
What annoys me about the depot system is the fact that it's chance cards and loot box bullshit. And it was exactly the same thing that turned me off Gears of War 4 instantly. Especially when General Ron came out and he was put behind the packs that you needed to rely on a chance to unlock him. And I'm like, man, I just came off a couple of games that I played in the series where I played to unlock General Ron. I didn't have to rely on the fucking game's loot box system to fucking have him. It just freaking annoyed me no end. That's probably the worst game in the series for me. Just for that reason. I'm serious. Gears 4 to me probably is the worst in the series, even worse than Judgment. Oh, fuck. I spawned and died. Oops, that was unfortunate. Yeah, this game is at dwindling players. I mean, on PC apparently, a lot of people saying the game's dead. Well, I say dwindling players, and they've got almost a full team on their side. Why was there more teams on their, like, people on their team? They got 2 more players than we have. How's that fair? It doesn't matter. I'm just getting shot from all sides. I can't react quick enough. Well, I heard a claymore, but I might run past it. There's definite lag. Like I'm firing, and then the guys are like dying a second later. It's kind of funny. Oh, great spawn. And great that he's camping there as well. Oh, God. This is what I mean by getting spawn trapped. This is why camping became such a thing in the Call of Duty series. Because in Call of Duty 4 especially, you could camp at the spawn, stop them spawning, and then spawn trap them on the other side, like spawning on your side of the map, and then spawn trap them on the other side with snipers. Oh fudge, that was my bad. Damn it. Fuck! Oh, I made it. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, come on, I was... Dude, that is not what happened on my screen. Bullshit. I should have got out of that. Did you see that I actually had taken a step back on that kill cam before the kill cam came out? The game camera goes, oh, you took a step back. That's lag. That's latency and lag in this game. Oh, for God's sake, I was shooting right at him, dude. Oh my God, I got spawn trapped. Oh my God. Are you serious? Ah. Fuck. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 especially was definitely what started the host advantage debate when it came to online games. I think we're experiencing that right now. I find it funny how he didn't come charging after me. I think he might have been distracted. I think a teammate saved my bacon there. You've got to be joking! What the fuck? Everyone's just spraying. It's like no one's even aiming, they're just spraying all over the place. Ah, at least he aimed. I'll give him that. Oh fuck. There's an enemy there. I don't think either of us actually knew what to do at that point. Booyah.
Our UAV is online.
I wonder if I have aim assist on. I look like I did.
Enemy UAV is airborne.
Oh, no. Both disabled apparently. Maybe it's just me. Whoa! Okay.
Enemy UAV is airborne.
Randomly fired a rocket. No, no real like skill or timing with that one. Just fire it randomly. Mind you, the grenades are a bit like that in this game. You can just Hail Mary grenades anywhere, and more often than not, well, not more often than not, but
Our UAV
there's always a high % chance you'll get kills. Just through Hail Mary grenade, literally anywhere. That's literally what he did with the rocket there. He Hail Mary'd it and killed me. That's what I mean.
Enemy UAV is airborne.
Oh my god, there is definite fucking lag, dude. I shot at him first, I died first. Even though I shot and damaged him first. He got to kill me.
Our UAV is online.
Got him. There's always someone at the side though. Reminds me of Black Ops 6. Shit. Shit. Run.
Friendly airstrike on the way.
Yeah, I'm good. I wonder if I should have one more. I'm quite close to leveling up. We'll see how much the bar feels at the end of the match.
Friendly chopper on the way. Our UAV is online.
Shit.
Our UAV is online.
I do like the flashbang sound effects. It really feels like you've got a flashbang in front of you. Like with the sounds of ringing and everything. It's a pretty cool sound effect. It's a nice attention to detail there.
We taking the lead. Time's almost up. Friendly airstrike on the way. We've lost.
Oh my god, are you serious? Wow, I can't believe that shit. Wow, my cursor just went wildly off the mark. Oh well. We lose. I don't know what happened.
Damn, we just got our asses kicked.
It wasn't that bad. It really just feels like stray bullets hit you. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright. Should we have one more? Let's see how much we level up. If we would level up next round. 26, 27, 3,000. And I got 25. You know what? Yeah. Let's have one more and see, shall we? Alright. I know we're going a bit over, but win or lose, level up or not, this is the last game. But yeah, at least the feel of the game feels like Call of Duty 4.
Team deathmatch.
It does. You can still unlock all the Call of Duty 4 like stuff, leveling up as you used to. It still feels exactly the same. The depot is a bit of a drop in points, but it's not a big deal.
Take no prisoners, comrades.
The fact that weapons in there is a bit annoying, but I don't think they're like overpowered or anything. At least from my experience.
We've taken the lead.
Oh no. Where did my grenade go? It just didn't explode. I should definitely level up now. I just got a big bunch for that challenge. No, I didn't see him. He was like right in the corner. He's crouching behind the kind of thing there. Roshan. Haha. I'll take it.
UAV recon standing by.
I could have sworn I saw someone in the corner there.
Our UAV is online.
There's someone there. Thank you. Jesus Christ. How many bullets do you want? Oh, I need ammo. I'm dead.
Airstrike standing by. We've taken the lead.
Haha, he ran at me. It was like, I'm gonna kiss you. That was great.
Friendly airstrike on the way.
I was right on top of me. Oh. Oh no! I tried to get away. No! I was gonna play the Claymore. Hope he came after me. Of course I was in the building, but the roll, like... Well, I don't think it was rollback. But the game just took it back and said I died, okay. I'll take it. Oh, shot in the back. What a surprise. Shot from everywhere. No chance.
Our UAV is online.
This game really holds up well. Graphically. I think the original did really well as well. But unfortunately, you know,
UAV recon standing.
it's sad because a legacy game like this has been dragged through the mud because of all the
UAV is online.
controversy surrounding it, and all stemming from another game. Well, part of it was its own problem with the depot, but you know, it all started from Infinite Warfare, which was a terrible game in itself. And like I said, it's like, I initially thought, you know, they'll be very surprised to see all the player numbers at practically zero for Infinite Warfare compared to this remaster, but they knew what they were doing. And like I said, they had no faith in Infinite Warfare anyway. And I don't think having this was, well, I guess it was an incentive, but the thing is, then they ruined it. You know, then they ruined it with the depot and having weapons only exclusive to the depot whatever time, and it became another Call of Duty game. And this game doesn't deserve it for how legendary the original was.
Our UAV is online.
I mean, technically, I could still play the originals now that I think about it, because they're on Steam, aren't they? So I probably could still play the originals if I wanted, but I'm sure those games on PC servers, oh my god. I reckon they are filled with hacks and god mode players and all that. So I kind of want to avoid that if possible. Ah, spin. Nice. I'll take the assist. Oh no! I was actually more focused on the guy to the left of me behind the wall. I was like, I know you're there. UAV told me.
Our UAV is online.
What I've noticed in later installments of Call of Duty and even this game right now, a lot more, the time limit is expiring before you reach the score limit. The time limit is running out a lot more than the score limit is being reached. Never used to be like that. The score limit would always be reached first, but these days it's like the score limit barely gets to half and you've got like 2 minutes left.
On the way.
Oh, come on.
Enemy UAV.
Fucking spray and pray, mate. I mean, you're aiming, so fair enough, but just spray and pray.
We are about to achieve victory, comrades. Friendly helicopter on the way. Our UAV is online.
But you know, it's like I said earlier, with Call of Duty getting as stale as it has over the years, there's a perfect opportunity to drop that remaster for Modern Warfare 2 and not divide the player base so much. Because the player base has already moved on to something else for the most part. Or I've gone back to these games anyway, so you might as well just release a more polished version of these. But like I said, I reckon Modern Warfare 2 is in a game file on a USB drive in an Infinity Ward or Activision office somewhere, ready to be pulled out at a moment's notice when Activision and Infinity Ward have nothing to do or are in desperate need of money. Or some sales for a game. I don't think they'll be ever desperate for money, but you know, they'll want to sell a game, but they've really got no ideas, so let's just now bring this out. After it being done for like 20 years. It will be there at a moment for use at a moment's notice. And it'll probably be sooner rather than later, but who knows. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I said, it's right that they're taking these things down, but the latest one was just an honest attempt to bring it to modern audiences through owning another game, and Activision Infinity Ward still took it down. I mean, probably other reasons like that are logical, but it just seems all too convenient at this point that every attempt has been shut down. Why would it be shut down if it's something they didn't have, other than, you know, the kind of basic "it's our IP, you can't use it" rules?